I welcome you to the top of the fifth inning. Getting deeper and deeper into this game. That means that the stakes are going to get higher and higher as this one progresses. Beatrice with a 2-0 lead. It's kind of a fine line in between a comfortable lead at the moment and a little bit of a lead that they maybe want to grow because it's not that comfortable. It's kind of right in between that. 2-0, not too big, but they would want to. They're happy to be up right now, especially with Cook on the mound and the way he's been playing so far. This game is brought to you by Homestead House, your life, your style. Plymouth Irrigation, your local Zematic dealer. Plaza Ridge Dental for the smiles in your world. Taco John's. And visit Landmark Implement, now with 16 locations across Nebraska and northern Kansas to serve you. All right. The Mustangs coming up to bat here. It's Akil Mehta, who nearly had the bases loaded back in the fourth, but it was a very clutch pitch from Cook. Big catch by the left fielder Magnol, and that ended that inning with unscathed. No runs allowed. First pitch from Cook, number 58 on the game, inside, ball one. Cook, 58 pitches so far, and Nick Johannes, 71. So Johannes has had a little bit of a tougher game getting some of these outs. That pitch down low, ball two. 2-0. Akil Mehta, John Schinzel, Cole Cheatham due up this inning for the Mustangs. Here's the 2-0, and that one's in there for strike one. Down the chute, 2-1. Combined, Mehta, Schinzel, and Cheatham this game, 0-3. That pitch, beautiful pitch by Cook. Outside edge of the strike zone, 2-2. Like I said last night, though, close fight. Beatrice were clear favorites, but Crete made it close. Came down to the wire in that one. Pitch inside, nearly hits Mehta, but it didn't. It is going to bring the count full at 3-2. Mehta had to duck out of the way of that one. I'm sure you saw that if you're looking at the live stream picture. Nearly hit there. Full count here for Cook. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Keeps the count alive. Mehta this season, 220 average coming into this game. He's played every game, 16 games played. Excuse me, he's actually missed one game, 17 games on the season. He cracks this one straight to second base on the ground. Hamilton picks it up, flips it to first, and there's one down. Great play there for Hamilton to get there in time. It wasn't the hardest hit ball, so that made it tougher on him. But he was able to make the play and flip it on over to Gage Walter over at first. John Schinzel comes up to bat. Grounded one. Actually, last time he was up, he attempted a bunt. It went right back to Cook, and Cook made the play unassisted over to first. So he doesn't try that again, though, and takes one right at the knees for strike one. It was interesting what Schinzel's mindset was to even try to bunt. I think he was trying to bunt it over to the right or the left, but ended up bunting it right back to Cook. As he takes one down low, it's 1-1. Beatrice up 2-0 if you're just joining us here on a beautiful Friday afternoon in early May. This one's laced straight to the glove of Luke Hamilton, a line out. Hamilton just had to stand there and makes the catch. So 2 down already. That's music to the ears of Cale Cook, who's still out on the mound, and it's over 60 pitches in this game, but had a rough inning and didn't give up any runs, but there were runners on in the fourth, though he's been making it through this inning pretty well, as Cole Cheatham, who grounded out to short last time he was up in the third, comes up to bat with 2 down already. Took a ball inside, takes a strike right down the middle. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is just high, 2-1. Cheatham is not related to the Mississippi State left-handed pitcher, though they do have the same name. This one swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Great pitch there from Cook. Cheatham uncommitted from a college quite yet. Hasn't committed yet. It's just a freshman, but I'm sure that he'll commit probably in the next few years or so. 2-2 is fouled off back. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This Mustangs team, most of them play for travel ball when they were younger, play for the school, obviously, and swings and misses on this one. Great pitch for Cook. Strikeout number 3 on the game, and Beatrice will take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Orangemen is Cale Cook, the top of the order. Due up for Beatrice, heading to the bottom of the 5th on Queeby. 2-0 Beatrice in the lead. 2-0 Beatrice leads it over the Omaha Christian Mustangs, combined with Concordia and Brownell, as well as Omaha Christian Academy. 2-0 Beatrice leads it heading into the bottom of the 5th. Beatrice has scored runs courtesy of a sacrifice fly by Austin Baldwin, which scored Trayson Russell, pinch runner for Cale Cook back in the 1st, and then a sacrifice fly by Noah Jobman to score Colin Magnall from third base in the 3rd inning. So that's the 2 plays that brought home runs for Beatrice. It's 2-0 Orangemen as they lead it off with Cale Cook. A single back in the 1st and a strikeout back in the 3rd. Goes up against his counterpart, Nick Johannes. 2 pitchers dueling right now. And a great curveball in there for a strike, 0-1. Want to mention that this game is brought to you by Tracy Hartley with Quality Real Estate in Beatrice, Beatrice Public Schools. Landmark Snacks now hiring in Beatrice. This one is fouled off, makes it 0-2. Also brought to you by Premier Chevrolet Buick GMC of Beatrice. Discover the premier difference in Closet and Sons Dirtwork of Beatrice, as well as Hartig Real Estate in Beatrice. 0-2 is the count to Cook. The pitch. Down and away and gets by Sweat. It's 1-2. Haven't seen many wild pitches from these 2 pitchers. They've been pretty dialed in, it seems, so far. I mean, these are the 2 aces for these 2 schools coming into this game. A ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. And Cook fouls this one back towards the parking lot. Cook led the team in strikeouts last year on the mound. Trying to get a base hit here. Pitch down and outside, 2-2. Like we said, though, he had a really good game last night against Crete. Drove in the go-ahead runs last night to make it 3-1, and then struck out the side. Came in the 7th, struck out Crete to end the game. Pop up out into shallow left. This is actually over by short in the infield, and making the catch is Ryan Seiss, the shortstop, for the 1st out. So Cook did his job back in the 1st. He's done his job on the mound so far, but he struggled against Johannes here in his next 2 at-bats. Strikeout and flyout.
Number 5, Colin Magnall.
So there's 1 down. Colin Magnall's had a great game so far. Reached on an error in the 1st. Stole a base, but couldn't come home from 3rd. Takes a strike in there. It's 0-1. Then in the 3rd, he got a single and scored, which was the 2nd run of the game for Beatrice. 0-1. And that's just low in the dirt. 1-1. Baldwin is on deck. Baldwin had a sacrifice fly and then got a single. Pitch down low. 2-1. Beatrice has played home games in 4 of the last 5 games heading up into this game. Here's a ground ball to 2nd, picked up by Cheatham. Throw to 1st in time. Wow. Magnall is so quick, he actually almost beat out that play. Couldn't get there in time, though, and there's already 2 down. Beatrice has compiled 6 blowout wins this season. They shut out Elkhorn North and Plattsmouth 7-0. Beat Auburn 9-1. Destroyed Plattsmouth 15-1. Beat Wahoo Bishop Newman 18-9, and just recently beat Omaha South 11-1, which was the last game of the season because the Bennington game got rained out. There's a great curveball in there, strike 1 to Austin Baldwin. That Bennington game was going to be a really good game. Pitch just a tad low, 1-1. Bennington, one of the best teams in the state. Beatrice, one of the best teams in the state. Unfortunately got rained out, though, last week. The 1-1. Hannes already 5 strikeouts this afternoon. See if he can make it through. Maybe he can get his 6th. 59 strikeouts on the season and gets his 60th right there. Got Baldwin looking. And a shocking 1-2-3 inning for Beatrice's offense. They've really done well offensively today. But Johannes gets the job done. We head to the 6th. Beatrice up 2-0. Trying to cling onto the lead and make it back to state. We'll be back after this. Top of the 6th about to get underway. Members Owned Credit Union in Beatrice and Lincoln. Dale's Auto Electric. Krista Weedle with Brick and Mortar Reality in Beatrice, and Sapp Brothers affiliate Crete, Lincoln, and Hanover, Kansas, as well as Need Financing for heavy machinery, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items. Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Those are some of our sponsors for today's game. We thank all of our sponsors here, allowing us to be able to bring these games to you. And we're glad to be able to bring this to you today on the Queeby Facebook Live. All right, so it looks like Cook is still out there on the mound. 3 strikeouts, pitched 5 innings, and so far he has allowed, it looks like, 3 hits. Only 3 hits allowed for Cook so far. A few runners reached on errors, but Cook has been pretty good so far. First pitch, and that is just outside, ball 1. Looks like it's Ryan Stice to lead off this inning for the Mustangs. Takes one outside again, 2-0. If the Mustangs are going to get something to go to bring themselves back either level or at least within a run, they're going to have to do it this inning. It seems it'd be almost too much pressure in the 7th. Nice pitch in there from Cook, 2-1. It is the top of the 6th. Beatrice is up 2-0 over the Mustangs. Pitch just off the edge of the strike zone. It's 2-2. Great pitch from Cook. Despite the heckling from the Mustangs dugout, they're barking over there, trying to get in the head of Cook. It doesn't seem like it's working too much. The 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Jobman picks it up. Throw to first. Got him. And there's one down. Stice goes down swinging in the dirt. 4th strikeout for Cook of the game. And Cook now this season has 44 strikeouts. Phenomenal. Now it's a little pitcher's duel here. Johannes against Cook. Johannes to the plate. Single back in the 1st, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th, and that one's just a tad low for ball 1. Cook getting close here to around 70 pitches or so. 1-1 is the pitch, as that one's right at the knees of Johannes. Dakota Hughes is on deck. Has reached base twice, one with a base hit, one with an error. Great pitch, just a little bit inside. Wow. That looked good from up here at least. We have a pretty good angle, just being right behind home plate. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch popped up and foul. So it's 2-2. One for 2 today for Johannes. He's going to take the 2-2 pitch here. Grounds it, foul. It hit. Ooh, it looks like it hit the plate, foul, but I think I also hit Johannes a little bit. He's stretching out there, and I think it might have hit him. And it looks like the left ankle. Never feels good. So Omaha Christian looking to make it to state again. 2-2, just high, 3-2. They made it to state in 2019. They beat Norris to make it there. They lost to Bennington and Platteview. They were immediately eliminated as that one's fouled back, and the count is still 3-2. Made it to state in 2018 as well, but lost to Roncalli Catholic and Elkhorn. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down in the top of the 6th. The pitch. Grounded foul, and this at-bat is getting a little bit longer than Cook would have liked. This is impressive here from Johannes. He's a good pitcher, but he can also make these at-bats a little bit longer for these pitchers, and he's doing it right now. The 3-2, grounded to second. Hamilton picks it up, Easy play to first, and there's 2 down. Hamilton with another great play over there in the infield. Great play out there. Easy on the ground ball.
Now batting,
Dakota Hughes comes up, the third baseman.
Number 34,
Base hit in the first, reached on an error in the fourth, but was held at third. Couldn't come home from third base in the fourth because of heroics from Cook on the mound. Comes up with 2 down already and nobody on. Pitch from Cook just up high. 1-0. Like we said, Hughes 1-1, technically reached on an error as well. As that pitch just inside, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes from Cook, who's having himself a good day on the mound. But pitches that one down in the dirt. 3-0 to Hughes. We'll see if, with John Primer on deck, if Cook decides to attack the strike zone here at a 3-0 count. It's impressive from Cook. He came out in the top of the 7th last night against Crete, got 3 strikeouts and ended the game. He's having a great game today, but there was a 4-pitch walk there to Dakota Hughes. And the Mustangs have a 2-out base runner here in the top of the 6th.
The designated hitter, number 5.
Thank you for joining us here on Queeby's Facebook page. This game is brought to you by Homestead Land Company in Beatrice and Fairbury, Adams Optical Fashions in Beatrice, and Sheer Quality Furniture. When you're ready for quality, you're ready for Sheer. First pitch was a ball. Here to John Primer. Takes one down. It's 2-0, and now Noah Jobman is going to walk out or jog out to Cook and has some things to say to him. Probably just to calm him down right now. Get some time for him to regain himself. I mean, he got 2 outs quickly in this inning. He looked on track to get out of this inning pretty comfortably, but with that walk by Hughes and now Primer's up 2-0 in the count, you have Carter Sunday on deck. It's getting a little more nervy here for Cook and the crowd. Great pitch. There's a good response after your catcher comes out and tries to calm you down. Throws one right down the middle. It's 2-1. That's just a little bit of leadership as well from Jobman to just even go out there and calm his pitcher down. He sees he's struggling through 6 balls in a row. And the pitch outside is swung on and missed for strike 2. 2-2 to Primer. If Cook can get a strikeout here, credit goes a little bit to Jobman, too, for even calming him down after 6 straight balls there. Now he's thrown 2 straight strikes. Here's the 2-2. On the way, and a swing and a miss. Cook gets it done. Jobman came out and calmed him down. And once again, the Mustangs leave one stranded. And Beatrice up 2-0, heading to the bottom of the 6th. 3 more outs for Beatrice to head to the state tournament. Can they get it? They'll come up to bat first. And leading off will be Noah Jobman when we return. Welcome back. We thank you for joining us on Queeby's Facebook Live. Bottom of the 6th inning. Beatrice up 2-0 over a co-op school here, Concordia, Brownell Omaha Christian Academy. The Mustangs, we call them. 2-0 Beatrice lead. Trying to make it to state for the 4th straight season. They're 3 outs away from doing that. But for now, they would want to try and extend this lead if they can, heading to the top of the 7th.
The catcher.
Here is Noah Jobman, the catcher.
Jobman.
He grounded out to short back in the first, hit a sacrifice fly in the third, score a run. Comes up to bat here and takes a great pitch from Johannes, who is 85, make that 86 pitches deep in his outing. Cale Cook, by the way, has pitched 96 pitches on the game. Here's the 0-1. Pitch up high, ball 1 to Jobman, who leads the team in RBIs and got one back in the third with that sacrifice fly. Now has, looks like 23 on the season, or excuse me, 26. Pitch down in the dirt, 2-1. Johannes, great game, 6 strikeouts so far. Really has shown his ability to be an ace. That one was fouled off. It might have hit the mask there of Jimmy Moats, the home plate umpire. Looks to be okay, but those are always Ones that'll catch you off guard, as you see Nolan Sweat, the catcher, getting in the new ball after the foul ball, but running out to his pitcher, Johannes, and giving him a pat on the back of encouragement. The Mustangs, their goal now is to allow no runs and to take a 2-0 deficit into the top of the 7th, as the pitch outside is ball 3. Full count, 3-2, no outs. Jobman, Henning, Hamilton, the batters in this inning for Beatrice. The pitch popped up by Jobman into foul territory, and this is not going to be playable.
Foul balls to the concession stand or a third
This
base
game is brought to you by Zollner Ford, Weigel's Jewelry, First State Insurance, and First State Bank, member FDIC. Husker Rehab in Beatrice, Fairbury, Nebraska City, and 3 locations in Lincoln. And there's a great pitch by Johannes. Got Jobman looking. And that is a strikeout, the 7th of the game for Johannes. He is really playing excellent. Here comes Trey Henning up to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right and struck out in this game so far. First pitch to Henning. Grounded to second. This could be quick here. Cheatham's got it. Throws it over to first. Wow. A quick second out for the Mustangs. And Luke Hamilton comes up to bat with 2 down already. A 1-pitch out right there by Henning.
Number 3.
Hamilton comes up 0 for 2. Grounded out to third. Back in the second. Struck out in the 4th. Johannes is up to 7 strikeouts on the game. First pitch inside to Hamilton with Gage Walter on deck for Beatrice. He'll be hoping that he'll be hoping he can come up this time, but that he won't have to come up any other times. As that pitch in there for a strike 1-1. If he'll be hoping this game ends next inning. The senior Johannes doesn't want it to end, and he's showing why. Throwing it at the knees there for strike 2. 1-2 to Hamilton. If Johannes can make it out of this, it's going to set up a pretty nail-biting 7th. Here's the pitch. Just high. Ball 2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Cracked out into right center, and this one is not going to drop. It's caught there by John Schinzel. It hung up just in time for the right fielder to make the catch on Hamilton's fly ball. And now we head to the 7th. Beatrice 3 outs away from another state tournament appearance. Can they make it? 2-0. Beatrice leads it as we go to the 7th on Queeby. All right, welcome back to the top of the 7th inning. 3 more outs for the Orangemen to go to state. And this game is brought to you by Tracy Hartley with Quality Real Estate in Beatrice. Beatrice Public Schools. Landmark Snacks now hiring in Beatrice. Premier Chevrolet Buick GMC of Beatrice. Discover the premier difference. Closet and Done Dirt Work of Beatrice, and Hardig Real Estate in Beatrice. Listen to the crowd here.
Leading off for the Mustangs, in the top of the 7th inning.
Well, I hope you could hear that. They're chanting here for Beatrice here. 3 more outs to go. And Cale Cook is 96 pitches deep, and he's still in the game here to lead off the 7th for Beatrice on the mound. First pitch in there, strike 1. Every pitch now, every strike, the crowd will cheer louder and louder. Carter Sunday leads off, the center fielder for the Mustangs. Second pitch in there, strike 2. 0-2 now from Cook. Cook came in last night in the 7th against Crete. Threw 3 strikeouts in that game to finish the job. Can you do it tonight, or today, I should say, as well? The 0-2. Check swing, though we got a piece of it. Fouled off by Sunday. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Beatrice on the verge here of doing it again in the Class B5 district final. 0-2. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Weichel's got it. Throwing it across the diamond. 1 down. Great play there. 1 down. Nolan Sweat comes up to the plate to bat. Akil Mehta is on deck. 1 down for Cook. 100 pitches deep for Cook. First pitch. Just high. Ball 1. Sweat today, 0 for 2. Flew out to center and left. Trying to get on base here. The 1-0 in there. Strike one. Right at the knees. 1-1. This is a big game for Cook here, and throws one just up high for ball two. This is going to take some endurance right now for Cook. He's over 100 pitches, pitched 6 innings already and an inning last night. Throws one, just a tad high, 3-1. Sweat this season, 2 doubles and a triple, 9 hits. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Fastball there from Cook. He attacked him. Took the gamble on the hitter's count. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Nolan Sweat at the plate. Cook on the mound. Cook delivers. Swing and a miss. 2 down. 1 to go. 5 strikeouts for Cook today. Just to mention it, the wind somewhat blowing in a little bit and towards right field. Akil Mehta, the final out for the Mustangs. They're down 2-0 to Beatrice. 1 more out for the Orangemen to go to state. Cook delivers. First pitch inside, almost hit Mehta, didn't though. Mehta's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to second base twice already. 1 ball, no strikes. Cook. The pitch. Inside and high, ball 2. On deck, looks like it's John Schinzel, who is 0 for 2 today. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. There we go. Right on the outside corner of the strike zone, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cook winds up, fires one. Grounded to second. Picked up by Hamilton. Could this be it? It is it. Beatrice are going back to state. The play from Baldwin over to Walter, and Beatrice will go back to state for the 4th straight season. Beatrice do it. A complete game shutout for Cale Cook with 5 strikeouts. And Beatrice wins it 2-0 over the Concordia Brownell Omaha Christian Academy Mustangs. Well, Beatrice will be playing in-state, and Jake Bartecki will be back on the broadcast for those games. But, man, it was a pleasure to be able to broadcast this game this afternoon. Beatrice, what a game on the mound by Cook. It was a low-scoring affair, to say the least. 2-0 was the final, and the runs were scored in the first 3 innings of the game. It was a sacrifice fly by Austin Baldwin, scoring Trayson Russell, the pinch runner for Cale Cook, from third in the first. And then in the 3rd inning, it was a sacrifice fly by Noah Jobman to score Colin Magnall, who was standing at 3rd base as well. But Beatrice get it done. 2-0 win for the Orangemen to get back to the state tournament again for the 4th straight season. This game is brought to you by Husker Rehab in Beatrice, Fairbury, Nebraska City, and 3 locations in Lincoln. One last time, this is our post-game show brought to you by Premier GMC in Beatrice. Beatrice, the Orangemen, going to state for the 4th straight season. They get it done against Crete last night, 3-2. It was a close game. They got it done, and they beat the Omaha Christian Mustangs this afternoon, 2-0 to get to 16-6 on, or 16-6 on the season. As I'm sure you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't think I can zoom in, but you can see it on the picture. They got the plaque. They're lifting it up in the air. They're going to state, Beatrice, and they're doing it right on camera, right near home plate. If you can see that, this is why it's also good to broadcast on Facebook Live as well. Let's go through some final stats before we call it a day here on Queeby's Facebook Live. The final, 2-0 Beatrice defeats Omaha Christian Academy Mustangs to advance to the state tournament. Great game by Nick Johannes. 7 strikeouts for the Mustangs pitcher. And a phenomenal performance. But a complete game shutout by Cale Cook 5 strikeouts in the game, went over 100 pitches, pitched all 7 innings, even the inning last night where he got 3 strikeouts against Crete. Let me take a look here at the Mustangs. They reached a couple times on errors, got a few base hits. Besides that, though, they weren't really able to get anything going on Cook. The only inning they really came close was in the 4th, where they left 2 on, including a runner on third base, but they could not bring him home just because of a flyout to left field. Meanwhile, for Beatrice, they got a few base hits as well. I think it's safe to say the player of the game is Cale Cook, who pitched 7 innings, gave up no runs, and got the win, sent his team to state. As you can see on camera right there in front of you, family members out there, friends out there taking pictures, the team standing out there with their plaque, taking a team picture, heading to state again. Cale Cook, 5 strikeouts in the game, like I said. It was sacrifice fly by Austin Baldwin in the first, scoring Trayson Russell from the third, who was pinch running for Cale Cook, made it 1-0 Beatrice in the first, and then it was a sacrifice fly by Noah Jobman in the third, who ended up getting his 26th RBI of the season to score Colin Magnol from third base and make it 2-0 Beatrice. For Magnol, that was his 16th run scored of the season. How amazing is that picture? The team taking a team picture once again, going back to state for the 4th straight season. They did it the hard way this time. They really fought against Crete last night. It came down to the final out of the game with a runner on third base to try to tie it for the Cardinals. They couldn't do it. Beatrice won that one, and they came into this one, and a heroic performance on the mound for Cale Cook, who pitched a complete game shutout with 5 strikeouts and a 2-0 Beatrice win. That was our post game, brought to you by Premier GMC in Beatrice, and that was the broadcast. What a great win for Beatrice. They'll be heading to state, and that will be so fun to see if they can do what they did in 2021 this year as well in 2024. Thank you for joining us on the Queeby Facebook Live. I'm Kyle Mathas. Jake Bartecki will be back for the state tournament. But for now, I'm Kyle Mathas signing off. Beatrice wins at 2-0 over the Concordia Brownell Omaha Christian Academy Mustangs and are going to state once again. So long, everybody.